Assalamu alaikum. Raheem here. Welcome. Let's slay some demons. Sisters and brothers and sisters. Occasionally I get questions, and since I don't get direct feedback, when I get a question, a legitimate question, it's my duty to answer it. And so I've kind of been somewhat negligent in the past on doing that. I've been focused on some main things. Well, I haven't got that many questions actually. I've gotten a couple. I know I got one back a while back about the jinn. Well, I did answer it. I'm going to try to do it in a more formal way. So I'm going to do a presentation. If I get a question, and I'm going to try to do it in a timely way, and do a short presentation to address that question, because that's on someone's mind. If it's on someone's mind, maybe on other people's minds. Maybe something they can use to, affect someone else's mind. So, 1 second here. Okay. Make sure I have technical difficulties here. I'm going to say a few things. Well, this presentation it was a question I asked from Sister Fatima, and she wanted to know about they call it EUCHARIST, about the blood of Jesus at the Last Supper when he was saying, my blood, drink my blood, and eat my flesh, that type of thing. So we're going to talk about that. It's a brief presentation. It's not much. So once we get into it, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to answer this question for her. Hopefully you'll be able to use it to benefit others. Brothers and sisters, we have to understand a few things. Maybe I haven't made this clear in the past. We get energized every 50 years, approximately every 50 years. Energy wave, because as the universe starts shrinking, see when contracting is shrinking, that means energy, it becomes back in the form of waves, which encompass the whole planet. A wave like the skin of a basketball closing in, right? So if you imagine a golf ball in the center of a basketball, and suddenly the skin of the basketball just shrinks all the way down to the size of the golf ball. See, that would be a wave. That's what a wave would look like. So it then energizes it. But when energy comes, it energizes everything on the planet. Everything. The whole planet is energized. Right? That wave, whatever, it's like turning fire under a pot. It's energy that we're getting. So you got people telling you, oh, well, energy comes from the sun. Yeah, we do get energy from the sun. But this is something else. Right? Energy from the sun is not the same thing as this. We get much more energy because all the energy out there, right? I mean, you got trillions of suns out there, bigger than our sun. Our sun is a very small star. All energy is coming back, approximately every 50 years, right? The Bible calls that jubilees, time of forgiveness, time of mercy. I mean, we'll talk about that sometime, right? But when it energizes, but that's not going to make us come together, just the energy itself. I mean, everybody energized. See? But it must be someone there that use that energy to unify us. See, it's going to take energy to unify us. See, the reason why we became disunified, because we suffer energy deprivation, we have enough energy to maintain civilization. So if there's no one to do that, then we'll just have more energy, but we'll just be doing more of whatever we was doing, whatever, and that's it. I mean, so if you you're a guitar player, I guess you get a better, more energized guitar player, more creative or whatever. But you have to have leaders. Leaders are the ones that use their energy for unification. Some use the energy to be engineers. Some use the energy to be entertainers. Some use the energy to be scientists or whatever. And if the energy increases, then you'll be better at those things. You have more energy for it. Be more creative. But some use the energy for unification. Those are the leaders. They're the ones that pull things together. That's why it has Suleiman. See, Farad brings the whole world together. You see, he's the God. But it takes Suleiman, right, to bring our people together. He's the unifier of our people, a seed of Abraham. Okay. And so, therefore, that's his purpose. And then his so-called disciples there, leaders under him, that perform a unifying function, and so forth and so on. Hope you understand that. So some of us are branches and some of us are seeds. What do I mean by that? I constantly tell people I'm not looking for followers, I'm looking for builders. It's time for followers, that's over. See, that was prepared for this time. Followers of the purpose of followers prepared for this time. We won't have any followers in here. Followers for what? What do we need followers for? The leaders where? We're already back home. So where are we going to be led to? See, followers, that's the followers of purpose. We're trying to get back home. That's why we need followers. The followers, somebody to take us back home. So we follow them. But now it's time for building. I mean, in a sense, yeah, we can, follow us back home, but well, I wouldn't even go there with that one. Right? Because this time right now, I'm looking for builders. And we could build here. We don't want to build here. You have to Farrakhan, this idiots. We don't want to build here. Why build here? A good engineer want to build in the best spot. The best spot is the best part of planet Earth. We need to build here. All this belongs to us, but it's got to be cleaned out. It's too messed up. That's why the place got to be burned down. See, sometimes you have to clean something by purifying with fire. This place has to be purified with fire because it's so filthy. It's so it's got the blood of everything. I mean, it's soaked with whole blood and everything. We don't want this place. We don't want it. It got to be purified with fire. It's be thousands of years before anybody be able to inhabit this place. So look for builders. See, need leaders. So a seed, okay. I'm telling the brothers and sisters that are learning, some of them are going to be branches and some of them are going to be seeds. So a brother or sister go out there and they start talking to other brothers and sisters. This is what Hajj is all about. Getting people going in harmonic motion. You have an orchestra, right? You got the drums, you got the horns, you got the piano, but they all work together. So you got a brother or sister out there, right? See? And they're a seed. See? So they're not trying to imitate me. They're using the knowledge and wisdom that they're getting from the angel, the knowledge they get from the angel, and the wisdom they get from understanding pressure, because that's the pressure is the reality. That's the wisdom. They're talking about the book and the wisdom. The book is angel, and the wisdom is science of pressure. That's the science that governs us totally. Once you understand that, it governs our total reality. Allows us to say, be and it is. Right? The angel is the book. They stand no constraints. Right? See? So they're basically a branch off of me. Okay? but they produce seeds, or they continue to be a branch. And they produce seeds. That means now they're there, and now I'm like what they call the guy that controls the orchestra or whatever. Whatever they call that guy, right? And they're like, right? They're the piano part, or the drum part, or whatever. And that's what they're going to build here. They're not going to take and build, everybody's going to be drummers. See, that's the fire concept. That's the leader stuff. They want you everybody like them. No, that's not it's not us, right? I mean, you look at your body. Your body's made all different kind of parts, but they all work together. So, if you're a seed, that means you could be apple seed or orange seed, right, or whatever. And but you're all connected. You understand? See, all is connected to the brain. All is connected. That's why I call it the body of Christ, right? You're all connected to the brain. See, but it's different parts. I'm not looking for anybody to go out and be a clone of me. What's the point of that? I might just clone myself then. That's that other stuff. See? But they stay within the constraints of truth. The angel, the wisdom. See? And they make sure everybody knows the source. Because just like from branches come off branches. So when they have branches come off from them, those people have to understand the source of that branch, leading up to the main branch. You understand? Hope you understand. See? So you just be a branch, you can be a seed. If you're just a branch, then you're doing what I'm doing. Or you're doing whatever seed you come off of, you branch of. Then there's nothing different. It's extension. Just mimicking what you see. But if you're a seed, that means now you're there and you're saying, okay, we're drummers out here. See? And you watch out, what they call those guys, maestros or whatever, or orchestra master, whatever. See? But he's the one calling the tunes now, but you got, he give you a signal, you do your thing, but you're gonna do drums. See, you ain't doing those guys, they're doing they're doing the flute. So they're doing the piano. It's orchestra. But you got one guy calls, okay, now it's your turn, boom, 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 put it all together. That's the way it works, brothers and sisters. We're not robots. That's this world's life. Everybody walking in step. That's this world's life. That's the backwardness of this. That's the analytical mind working. So if you somebody's telling, man, you got to do exactly what I got to do it, say exactly what I say, what kind of stuff, watch that person. They're not looking for what they want to do is they will make you them. That means you're their slave. That's that Pharaoh concept. You go to his study groups and you got to recite. Just say exactly like I said it. Really? So no. Then what are you then? Just a robot? See, he has no respect for who you are, for your ability. He talk all this stuff, but he has no respect for he don't want you to be you. He wants you to be him. Because all he cares about is himself. He only works himself. He don't want you to be you. He wants you to be him. I don't want you to be me. I want you to be you. Be yourself. That's the whole idea. When Farad left, when he was about to depart, Elijah Muhammad asked him, what is the best wisdom I can give to my people? The best advice? He said, tell them to be themselves. You don't see me trying to tell everybody. I tell them right away. I said, no. You talk to them your way. Just make sure you stay within the constraints of the angel and the wisdom. You get out of that and you're somebody else. You're in somebody else's orchestra. And then that's a whole different issue. You're not connected to us anymore. See? So you say, bam, okay, we the drummers, right? If you hear the maestro, what they call him, bam, he gives you a signal, bam, you go for it. So they understand who the maestro is, right? They understand who the lead drummer is, right? Who the lead pianist is, or, you know, the lead flute. You understand what I'm saying? Then you got an orchestra going on this beautiful music. We look for robots here. I mean, I don't want nobody to my, they're my follower. I don't have any followers. I'm looking for that. Look for builders. And the only way it's coming together, like I said, you got to have these seeds out there. Because they take, seeds grow, they take energy to grow something. Right? That's the unification. So you bring in all the drummers together. And you bring in all the flutists together. Right? You bring all the engineers together, all science together. Bring those together. Those are leaders. See, they lead when they're the lead flutists, the lead engineers, leader whatever. That's what I'm saying. So, bro, since this ain't gonna come together by itself, you have to bring it together, right? And you are at some point you're the leader of some part of this band, has yet to be determined. But you are part of you part of the body of Christ. You part of you in that band somewhere. Maybe you don't know yet. You know, you can figure it out if you ask yourself, hey, if I could do whatever I wanted to do with no restrictions and nothing holding back, then that's one that if you see what your answer comes back, that might tell you exactly who you are, what part you got to play. Because this world doesn't respect that. They don't care who you are, whatever. Go to work, Burger King. If you want to get education, you better go and get a job and make enough money to get education. I mean, they should be cultivating. They should be cultivating, but they don't do that. See? They do that to some extent in the European country. The reason why you see a lot of things going on here, because we're here. The reason they have free dental, all that stuff over in Europe, because we ain't there. The reason they got rid of death penalty over there, because we over here. If we wasn't here, they'd have the same thing here. Because they want to still kill us. That's why they still have death penalty here. Because we're here. The reason I have free health care, because we're here. Because they want to give it to us, make sure we don't get anything. These people are sick. See? I don't have a problem with them being racist. You should look out for your own people. But they drug us over here. We ain't asked to come over here. And now they're mad because we're here. People are sick. And they don't want to, you know, you got this Levine guy, he's on talking about, man, we shouldn't be teaching our children about 16, 19, right? But yeah, we should be teaching 24/7 about the 1940s. You see what I'm saying? They're sick people. And they're going. They're on the way out now. And then you got these fools running here. They're going to try, look, as you see somebody your enemy commit suicide, get the hell out the way. You're going to jump up there and get out the way. You want to get splattered with blood and everything? Yeah, we're going to get some guns, we're going to fight them. Don't you see it going down? Just step out. Only reason why we even intervening, because they're going to try to take us with them. And they're going to have scorched earth. Otherwise, we would just sit back and just go and do our thing. Otherwise, we just sit back and go and do our thing because we know in a few more days, they won't be around anyway. But it's the damage they're going to do on their way out. That's the only reason why we intervene. See, because they're gone. They're in free fall. Right now, they're sacrificing their people to keep it. Look, everything about European countries is their economy, especially American economy, and that's what's being destroyed. The economy goes, they go. They're all about their economy, about money. That's all they're all about. And so now they're trying to fool the people, right? They see the plague is going like crazy, but they know if the economy goes, this whole system is based on the economy. It's not based on morality or anything else. It's based on economy, period. And the economy is totally under attack. So now they don't know what to do. So now they say, well, we can't lose the economy, so we sacrifice people. So now it's open up everything else and let people just die. It keeps the economy going. I mean, they don't have no choice because that whole thing is built on the economy. Everything's built on the economy. Yeah. Like I was saying a few months back, there was going to be a food shortage and everything else. It wouldn't have been if they had kept on worrying about the people. Instead of the economy, they said, no, hell, help the people with the economy. So now they open everything up. So they had those problems, but people are dying, and it's getting worse and worse. It's going to get a lot worse than it is now. I'm going to talk a little bit about, I'm going to take segue, then we'll get into the prayer. I said I'm going to take, it's going to be a short one. You know, this mask thing, they started to, hey man, that's worthless. You had the Attorney General, this Negro, House Negro, right? Man, it's useless. We got videos saying it's useless. Where? See, the thing is, there's two things about that. One thing is that it's easy to find out whether masks work or not. All they got to do is take a mask, right? Spray a little aerosol, right? The virus or whatever, right, on it, and see if it comes to another side. That's simple. I mean, easy. The reason they have done it, the reason they talk about it, because it does come to another side. The other thing is that before I got that video they've been talking about the last few days, is that the thing is they keep talking about all these people being affected, right? It's like, what is it, 1,000 a day now? Or more, 1,000, 1,000 a day, 2,000 a day, whatever. And they never talk about whether they have masks or not. The reason I don't talk about it, because most of the people was wearing masks all 24/7. They still got it. And now they're coming out and saying that the masks didn't matter. See? Because people, you know, just getting out there and they're trying to frustrate that masks don't matter. Because things go right through it like it was toilet paper. I mean, like go right through like you know, you know, go right through it. So there's no protection. So I don't even wear them. I told you before, there was no protection. See, but they trying to make people feel better. Because all these people that's got it, what? 20, how many people, millions have got already? And you mean none of those people that got it, right, wore masks? No. They said majority of the people that got it, right, was wearing masks 24/7. You look outside, most people you see outside wearing masks, aren't they? So you mean all these people that got was people just wasn't wearing masks? The reason why they never, see, if that was the case, they would have said it. See, all the people's not getting it, ain't wearing masks. The reason why they would have said that. The reason they wouldn't have said it, because they're afraid to go out and say, right, to tell a lie, so people was getting it, wasn't wearing masks, because then the people that had got it and survived, they come and say, they're out of them, say, wait a minute, I was wearing masks, I still got it, and then I would shut them down. It's very clear. If you want, look, right now, anyone wants to know the truth, is easy. Right? The original, the seed of Abraham have woolly hair, period. It says it. Ancient of days. Even if you get, depends on what translation you get a revelation, a church chapter, that's not exactly what you think it is, but still talks about the woolly hair. And talks about it in Daniel. And that's why the people that's identity theft, that stole our identity, that's why they're doing everything they can, right, to get rid of our hair. Especially men, that's why you see all these men walking around bald. Especially if they're in the media or Hollywood, everything. You never see so many black men wear bald on the media and every place. Because they're trying to stack. And then if they don't have that, right, they got something else. Jerry curl, process, remember all those things? See? Because anybody that got it, I mean, most people weren't paying attention. Anybody was paying attention, they wouldn't hold it. Those are the people, they got the woolly hair. That's what God would look like. They must be a true seed of Abraham. See? So that man, a big process thing on, didn't with the Jerry curl, anything. Now they bald. Now they just bald. And Farrakhan, he claims he's Jesus. He don't have no woolly hair. Farad don't have woolly hair. He's the God, but he's not Suleiman. So right there, there's so much. Anyway, brothers and sisters, let's move into the presentation, and then may I have someone in the back end, then we'll close it. This is dedicated to Sister Fatima. She asked this question. about what they call Eucharist. And so I'm going to go in and explain it. If I get a question, it's my duty to explain it. That's what it's all about. That's what I'm here for. Okay, so let's go. Okay, blood of the Lamb. Now I'm going to show this. I've been showing this to get everyone understand that some of the symbols. Now the original nation is defined by different symbols depending on the chapter you're talking about. So in some chapters called, in the first chapter, the 7 golden lampstands or golden lamps, the golden ones, that's the original nation. Gold also represents Islam. Islam also represents original nation. Okay, it's also referred to as the 7 eyes. Original nation also referred to as the 7 eyes. It's also referred to as 7 spirits. Depending on the chapter you're talking about. If we're in an angel, when you go outside the angel, those in the Bible, those symbols still hold. Because the angel key, right, is the key to unlocking the rest of the scriptures. Then we have the horns. I'm not going to talk about that right here because that's a little different thing, right? But still, well, in the base, it's talking about the new original nation once it's transformed. Okay. On the right here, it was talking about 4 creatures. The first was like a lion, then the calf, face of man, then an eagle. Okay. The calf, that represents Asia and also the Middle East. The top 2 wings of each creature represents the Islamic part of it. See, because they're original on their paternal line, but they may be they're original on their paternal line, but they may be Caucasian on their maternal line, or other than Caucasian on maternal line, but they're original on their paternal line. That means they're original people, because the man carries the seed. So the top 2 wings are always the Islamic part. So that would make the Arabs, they're the Islamic part of the Asian nation, right? But they're gold, and that's where the golden calf comes from. That's who is the golden calf. The Bible talks about the golden calf to my Sunnism. Okay? And on the bottom down there, I have that, and I'm showing, I'm only showing part of it. I'm not showing the Islamic part, because I'm trying to identify that this represents the earth. When they talk about the earth, they always talk about the fourth, because there's only 4 parts of it. The one in the center of each one of these is the God or the Lord of that particular one. So in this case, this is the flying eagle, and the Jah or false Israel is the God, right, of the European countries who are the rulers, right, of this age. So he's the God of this age. That's what that's talking about, or the Lord. Okay. So I just thought I'd put that out there. Okay, now let's get into it. Okay, now here it is. They have a couple of places, but in 1 Corinthians, right, they give a more comprehensive explanation of the Eucharist. Now you can read this. I'll just go. I'm not going to detail, because when she asked this question, like I've told everybody, I haven't went through everything in the Bible yet. I haven't unlocked everything. Right? And so I hadn't unlocked this. She brought it to my attention. I looked at it. Right? Okay, now I've unlocked it. Right? So I'm not going to any great detail here. I'm just going to give you a general explanation of what it means. Right? And you can take it and study it. So it's talking about, let's see. He's talking about, okay. Now obviously, he's talking about a betrayal. And he said, "This is my body, which is for you. Do this in remembrance of me." Also, the same took also a cup after supper, saying, "This cup is new, come to my blood." So in other words, what he's saying is here's my blood to drink and my body, right, to eat in remembrance of me, right, before he's crucified, and in remembrance of him before the resurrection. Okay, pretty much. So I'm paraphrasing, so you can look at it. Okay, so now for those of you who have been paying attention, oh, let me see something here. I'll make sure I'm not messing this up because I did it before. Okay, let me see here. Okay, it's okay. Okay, those of you who have been paying attention, here it is. This corresponds to the sun becomes black as the moon hole and sackcloth of hair becomes blood. This is the sixth seal of Angel. It's talking about the same thing. It's just giving more detail. It's more flowery. It's explaining different way. It's talking about the same thing. Like I said, you go back to all the stuff is the angel key, but they sometimes explain in different ways. They get different ideas across, right? But it's the same thing. See, because here you see, right, the sun becomes black as the moon holds sackcloth hair becomes blood. So I put it in sequence. It actually happens. So sackcloth hair becomes blood first. That's it, right? That's the fifth trumpet, right? So because the top two, let's go back here again. The top two up here, and this is nothing's changed. You go back and look at the old ones. The top two represents the blood of the lamb. Represents blood, partly because it's red, right? But the top two represents the blood of the lamb. But the lamb itself, that's his body. The lamb is his body, right? But the two next to him are his blood. Okay, understand that. That's the lamb. The son is the lamb, right? That's his body. And the two wings there, that's the blood of the lamb. Okay? So that's the fifth trumpet goes first. So sun becomes black as all this happens simultaneously. Sun becomes black as the moon hole and sackcloth hair becomes blood. So all simultaneously, but actually the fifth one goes first, right? Sun becomes black and the moon hole becomes blood. Okay, so there's a period of time. I mean, it happened the same day, but there's a period of time that this takes place, right? So that's the configuration. So the moon became blood and sackcloth hair. Well, I got witness here, but it's black sackcloth hair down at the bottom here, right? Okay, they became blood. That's the same thing about the Eucharist. And it's talking about the same exact thing. We're going to show it in a minute. Okay, here's Eucharist. Okay, now that shows the blood and the body. Okay. So here we go. Now what's talked about, it talks about drink this blood as remembrance for me, right? Not those ones that did that, right? It was cool. But it talks about those that says, therefore, whoever eats the bread or drinks the cup of the Lord in an unworthy manner shall be guilty. So there's one not doing it right. One not doing it right. See? Okay. Now, when you understand the angel, right? If you look down here, this was situation on the bottom. Remember, the bottom part of each one is the mouth part. See, in this configuration, if you do it as a face, if it's a person, you use it as a horse, but we're here talking about as a face, right? So the bottom part is where the mouth is, right? So the witnesses, they're in this position when this happens. So they're drinking the blood. So they're doing it correctly, right? But you go up here where Sunni are, they're not doing it correctly because the blood would be, the mouth would be where the demon is. That's where the mouth, they're not doing it correctly. See? So they're not doing it right. See? And they was the ones doing it, and that was Judas betraying. He was about to betray Jesus. See? Who was the betrayer? Ishmael. I talked about that. Ishmael betrayed us. That's what's talking about. See, you got to look more deeper to these things. They was doing it, drinking. They was doing unworthy. They was unworthy because they wasn't doing it right, because they weren't drinking it. See? And plus, they was the betrayer. They was a betrayer. But you go out here where you have the NOI, Elijah Muhammad's NOI, right? Their mouth, so they was eating properly. See? So they was eating his flesh, right? While the other two while the other was drinking his blood, and one was doing it incorrectly. Hope you understand that. That's what's going on here. That's the long and short of it. Now, you want to study and get deeper into it, that's up to you. That's where it is. See? So it's giving you, because nobody, who's Judas' character? What's the betrayal? The Sunnis betrayed us. That's Ishmael. They betrayed us. See? And that's to remember, because remember, he's not in his place now, so he's being crucified. This is the point where he's being crucified. Crucifixion is about to take place. I'm not going to talk about it here. The crucifixion is about to take place. Remember, this was done just before he's being crucified. Then the crucifixion takes place. Okay, brothers and sisters, that's what that is. So I hope I answered the question. There's a lot more to it. But the whole idea is for you to study. So now I've given you something to work with. I show you how to connect this. This is the same thing. It's talking about the moon become black. The sun becomes black as the moon hole, and the sackcloth became his blood. It's just talking about the same thing. It's going into more detail and it's explaining other things. Because as soon as they betrayed us, I said that's Ishmael. They betrayed us. See? And now we're at the eve of the crucifixion. It's about the crucifixion. It says that it says the Son of Man be put to death, right? See, that's either crucifixion. Who is death? See here? See that Buddhist figure? That's death. That's what he put to death. That's death there. See, and then the crucifix about the cross. So he's about to be put on the cross and crucified. Now I talk about that I'm not going to talk about that here because we're talking about the Eucharist. I'm talking about the crucifixion. I have a whole video that talks about the crucifixion. Explains this same thing. It's going more detail. I take to the next step, the crucifixion part of it. Okay, brothers and sisters, I hope you understand. Okay, brothers and sisters, that's pretty much it. I think, hope I answered that question. I haven't, please get back to me. And like I said, if I get questions, I'll try to do a short presentation to address it. I don't want to go to a long, lengthy thing. I did give a little talk up front. But primarily, I wanted to, answer the question, put it in a video form, so that person can use that, understand it, and then take and use it. You understand, to forward wherever they're trying to do, if they're a seed, to grow their seed. Okay, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.